And before I do that, I'm going to take off all the weight. All right. 1. You can see how it likes to be naughty. If you find that your lovely ribber is grabbing your yarn, and cover your ribber with the cover. So let me show you how that's done. Simple cover. Now it'll stop that. In a way. Okay, I'll come back when this is off the machine. Okay, last stitch. And there you can see that thumb hole. Now these long lines here, I will work them into the thumb after I hang these live stitches onto the machine, and I'm going to show you that next. Alright, so I am going to fold this in half. I'm going to place these stitches onto the top of the machine, and then I'm going to place these stitches onto the ripper. I'm going to set it for circular, and then we will knit a thumb. Okay, so is there a special way to do the thumb? Yeah, no. So if you can keep it apart a little bit, then you can find the I want to say the head, but the top of the loop, and then I take it back through its own waste yarn, if that makes any sense. So I try and grab the head of the loop from underneath. You know, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you accidentally only grab half. You gotta practice and work on it. This is kind of why I put so many layers of waste yarn in there. Okay, so that should pull it and separate it from its little friend there. Okay, so the head of that loop should be right here, and I think I got it this time. It's not easy, can be quite tedious. When I get both of these on to the beds that they need to be on, I'm actually going to remove this waste yarn. And I know that seems a little counterintuitive, because then I could put my 7 weight on there. But I don't know. I kind of like doing it this way. I guess this is my way to do it. Sure I only got what I got. Yep. Okay, that's 11. Now it still goes, so we're going to do 12. Okay, pull it back a little bit. Now you see how it's grabbed here? Grab that too. But put it on to number 12. So you're going to grab that edge and you're going to put it 2 stitches onto number 12. Okay? or you don't have to. You know, no, let's do that. So 2 stitches on number 12 here. Okay. Now, I would put a claw weight behind it. If you don't have this kind of claw weight, then use this kind of claw weight. And you want to get right in the middle. High as you can. And then you can put a barrel weight on there. And that way it clears the metal bar, like the support bar that's inside here. Okay? I'm now going to prepare my machine before I move up the ribber. So what I just did is I put the connecting arm on, and I moved up my tension to tension 5 from tension 2. You don't want to forget that. Make sure that you put your ribber also on tension 5. And you want your ribber not to knit going to the left, and you want your main bed not to knit going to the right. This part can get a little bit tricky, but you want to move up your ribber 1 click. Okay? Now, if you are lucky and you have one of these sock machine picks, now's a good time to bring it out. Because now you can pick out your stitch. So I'm going to pick it out, move it down. Now, my ribber is slightly out of pitch, so I'm going to move it and then put 0 on 0. Okay, so actually that's on 1 and that's on 1. I'm going to use my pick again. Okay, found that stitch, bring it down. Okay, so we're finding the stitch, bringing it up, Okay, now you can see how this one missed some of the stitches. You want to make sure that they're actually in there. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why I'm going to cut away this waste yarn is because I want those long floats so that I can weave them in. Okay, here's the last one. It's a little crooked. Twisting the pick. Got my hands on it. Okay. So the top is 12, bottom was only 11, and that's normal. Now put your machine in half pitch. Say a little prayer and snip that waste yarn. want to pick it out very carefully. Keep pulling down. As that waste yarn comes out, it'll become very loose, and you don't want to lose your stitches. Okay, so be very careful. We're aiming for these 2 long floats, and we're going to weave them in. Okay, so we're pulling them all the way down, cutting that away. Okay. All right, that's gone. This one, we're just going to trim it so it doesn't interfere. Same process. Long loop. Snip. 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 Okay. A little bit of a pain in the butt because this yarn likes to fray. All right, so now you can see that you have long float bottom, long float on the top. Take your single prong transfer tool and you want to very carefully move that up on that one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, move that down, 1, 2, 3, move that down, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're now going to move a ribber all the way up. Yes, that was very, very scary. But the fact remains is that now you have those long floats taken care of. Okay, they're not going to move. You can now take another claw weight or one of those skinny weights underneath. Push it up as far as it'll go. Small barrel weight. And now you shouldn't have any issues. You are going to be knitting on the main bed first and the ribber second. So for your safety, you can move all of these stitches forward on the main bed. Grab the yarn you want to use for your thumb. Again, you're in tension 5 and tension 5. And you want to knit a few rows, and I'll get you the number here right away. You want to knit 56 rows. So let's get closer to our work. Double checking. Okay, going across. That's 1. Moving this up. Okay, we're all good. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get the idea. Six more rows. That's 56. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer manually, because you can't use your lace carriage, every single stitch over one. And if you haven't guessed yet, you're going to put your carriages into tension 2 and knit 2 rows. Which means 4 rows circular. Put any stitches you are not using out of work. Now, that one is extra, don't worry about it. We will also rack our handle, 1, 2, just one. One to the right, I mean left, the other right. We're now going to transfer to tension 2, 2. And we're going to go around twice. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do not have to cut as long of a tail as we did before. It just has to be long enough for us to go around and pick up the stitches. Before you take one stitch off of this machine, make sure that you take off all of those barrel weights. Otherwise, you will have a very bad day. If you use the claw weights, you gotta take those off too. Alright, last one's on. Taking it off. And you can see here that we have a nice mitten. Both sides have been knit. Both sides have insulation. So the adult or child will not get cold fingers.